Hello, everybody. This is Noemi Banchi, and we are broadcasting from Valley Heights in New South Wales, Australia. And we are studying today meditation. What we are not going to study meditation, we are going to do it. In fact, we are going to meditate and we're going to do through all the steps because we are studying a book. We start studying the Unveiled Mysteries by Guy Ballard, or as well known as Godfrey Ray King. And so all this started in 1930. Actually, there is a date, the 16th of August of 1930, in this place in the Mount Shasta in California, in the US. Why? Well, because there is where Sonderman met Guy Ballard. And Sonderman taught Guy Ballard all this teaching. So Guy Ballard afterwards wrote this book, Unveiled Mysteries, explaining all this teaching that he received from Sonderman. And it was a meeting face to face that they had many days, not just one day. Many days they met, and Sonderman explained all these teachings. And Sonderman not only explained this teaching, but also he showed Guy Ballard a lot of things that he could live and put into practice all this teaching. So for that reason, I started saying we are not going to study, we are going to meditate, because this is the activity that we have today. So to recap what we saw previously, Sonderman says, what you think and feel, you bring into form. Where your thoughts is, there you are. You can be just on a train, but if your mind is somewhere else, if you are talking with someone on the phone, then you are with that person. You are not really where your body is. You are where your thought is. For you are your consciousness, and what you meditate upon, you become. So we talk about the causation quadrant explained by Ruben Cedeno. And this is good to actually move our hands, and in a certain way learn this by moving. Our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and our actions determine our life. Or I would say your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions determine your life. Are you prosperous? Are you healthy? Are you a smart person? Are you protected? If not, it's because or you don't think, or you don't believe, or you don't say the correct words, or you don't do anything about it. And this is the power that you have to change the life that you have at the moment, to change what is causing you discomfort, suffering, an issue. In metaphysics, we do not say the word problem. Why? Because what we say, we create. And if we say problem, we are creating problems. Instead we say issues, situations to be resolved, to be solved. Okay, that was we talked previously. And Saint Germain says, it is a blight upon the life of mankind that so little control of the emotions is taught humanity from the cradle to the grave. You can learn about history, about geography, about math, about many things. But how much learning you had from any teacher about controlling your emotions? Nowadays it's called emotional intelligence, and there are a lot of things going on, a lot of courses talking about this. But indeed, how do you manage? How do you control yourself? Because at the end of the day, it's not your partner, it's not your ex-partner, it's not your boss, it's not your friend or your neighbor, it's not the government, it's all about you. Well, we say, you have no power over me. One of the things that you should know is in metaphysics, everything is easy. So everyone can learn metaphysics. Even a person who just started or who had no idea whatsoever about this, what metaphysics means, it's okay. Everyone can learn because everything is easy and simple. So, what do you do with that condition, with that issue? Well, from now on, every time you are thinking of that, you say, okay, you have no power over me. But it might come again. And you say again, you have no power over me. And it might come again. And then you start saying again, you have no power over me. It might happen that you have to do only once, or it might be that you have to do many times. It's okay. There is not a recipe to work with metaphysical things. There is no such a protocol to follow. This is the thing to do, then the way can be your way. It's not like the Mandalorian that said this is the way. Well, there are many ways. This is what you have to say, that's all. And how can I say that? Saint Germain says, what you think and believe, you bring into form. So that is the reason why sometimes works at once, and sometimes you need to repeat. Because it's when you really connect your thought and your belief. Is when you really think you have no power over me, and when you believe it. you have the feeling, the confidence that that issue is done, that it doesn't exist anymore, that is not an issue anymore. Imagine what caused you trouble when you were a kid. Now, that is an issue, not anymore. Well, you work with this. You said, okay, you have no power over me anymore because you don't believe in that anymore. But with depth, what happened? With depth, we say, you have no power over me. With an illness, you say, you have no power over me. With bad feelings, you say, you have no power over me. At first, such discipline does require determined and continuous effort, for the thoughts and feelings of 95% of humanity run as uncontrolled and free as a little trump dog. And this is the graph that you can see. Only 5% you control of your thoughts and feelings. The rest is all unleashed. It's all over the place. I was watching during the weekend the series Ashoka in Disney, and it is about the series Star Wars. It was interesting, and in Star Wars they say the Force is with you. Same force like energy. Okay, so the teacher, the master was saying to the apprentice, the force is with you. You need to be able to control your mind and your body. And so the student or the apprentice says, okay, but if everybody has the force within themselves, why they don't control the force like the Jedi? Like the Jedi supposedly are able to control the force. And the master said, very clever, and that is why I bring it to this, because not everyone has the discipline to control their thoughts, to make the effort, to the continuous and determined effort to do this. Because, and this is not my word, this is Saint Germain's words, is the way of less resistance is the negative way. What can I say? There are more people who are negative than positive. But it's not your problem. It's not your business. What is your business? Control your thought and make the effort. By saying, you have no power over me. You have no power over me. Can you say aloud? Yes, you can. Can you say mentally? Yes, you can. Can you say whispering? You have no power over me. Yes, you can. Anyway, so there are 8 steps of meditation. And these 8 steps are explained by Rubén Cedeño. So Saint Germain explains the meditation in 3 steps. So we took these 8 steps because they are so Rubén Cedeño explains the meditation in a deep way that we can follow, and everybody can meditate. Everybody. And you might not be aware, but you meditate a lot, and you will see. So what are the 8 steps? So Why I'm saying that? Because there are many people who meditate, but they don't meditate on the right, on, no, it's not the right thing. They don't meditate on themselves. Meditation, first of all, is not about thinking of a flower, or thinking of smell, or thinking of a picture, or seeing colors, or feeling something extrasensorial. No, 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 no. No. Meditation is knowing yourself. So the first step is denegativization. The second step is positivization. The third step is posture. The fourth step is breathing. Abstraction, number 5. Concentration, number 6. Meditation, number 7. And contemplation, number 8. So let's start with number 1. Number 1 is denegativization. Like I said, there are more people who are negative than positive. So the first step is, okay, we need to get rid of that negativity that we have created. And this is the good thing about it. This is the how. Okay, how do I do that? Okay, the first step is do not falter. The second is do not be unaware. No violence. Let's do examples. Denegativization. So you are going to do this every day. You are going to sit down in a place. We haven't talked about posture yet, but you're going to a quiet place. Okay? You are going to say to your family, to your kids, to your husband, or to your friends if you're living with someone else. Okay, I'm going to be in my space for a period of time. Because there is another thing. Oh yes, you need to meditate for 30 minutes, for 15 minutes, for 2 hours, or for 5 hours. There's no such a thing. Because it's not about time. Meditation is not about time. So, for a period of time. So now, do not falter. Whatever you're doing, do not falter. Do not give up. You know that failure happens when you falter, when you stop. So do not falter, because there is always a way. Second is do not be unaware. Do not be unaware is pay attention. Keep your eyes open. The third step is no violence. No toxification. And I took this word even so, like I said, all the steps were created by Ruben Cedeño, and he is Venezuelan, so he wrote a book in Spanish. So I translate this book, and I translate this book which has these concepts in also a new language, even in Spanish. So I translate. So if you see a word that is not familiar to you, it's because it's a new word. And the same as denegativization. So my English teacher helped me to translate this into the word denegativization. So no toxification, I took it from detoxification, means you get rid of the toxic substance, harmful substance. In other words, is like to those thoughts that come to your mind about you will not get it, you are not good enough, you are crap, or I don't know, whatever. You are poor. People say, oh, and as they think that. So that is toxic. That is really toxic. So don't think like that. So no toxification is don't do any of these negative. Don't do it or don't think of it. Do not lie. Because if you lie, then you are creating more issues for yourself. And it's more issues, so it's harder to lie than to be honest. So do not attach. The other day I met someone who said, when I was talking with my other half, and I said, with who? Yeah, with my partner. And I thought, oh, okay, well, that is an issue, a big issue. Why? Because think of that. When you came here, where was with you? Who was with you? Was your partner with you? No. Even, I can tell you my story. Well, my story no, but I had brothers and sisters, and two of my brothers, they were, like identical. What do you call? Oh gosh, they were twins. Oh, I remember the word. They were twins. So yeah, most likely that they were born almost, not even the same time, but almost maybe 5 or 10 minute difference apart, maybe. But they are my brothers, but actually they are not my brothers from my mom. So their mom is not my mom. Is a long story, so don't worry about it. The thing is that even they who were born almost or very closely, and I said they were twins. Did you realize that? Because one of them had passed away. So only one of my brothers is living at the moment. So what I mean is, if you are attached to someone, could be your brother, could be your sister, could be your partner, could be your children, one day, you will not be with them anymore. And many reasons can happen, many things can happen. You move, they move, or they just passed away. So do not attach means do not depend on someone else. Do not rely on someone else. Be you, yourself, your inner self. And the seventh is do not condemn. So what we are going to do here is, you found the place to meditate alone, Not with your children, not with your partner, not with your dog, not with your phone. You are going to leave your phone for a moment, and you are going to repeat this. Do not falter, do not be unaware, no violence, no toxification, no, do not lie, do not attach, and say it. Now, then we don't stop there. We continue, because the second step is positivization. So what we are going to do is transmute those negativities into something positive. So when we say do not falter, what we are going to say? Perseverance. Perseverance. In other words, practice, practice, practice. Do not be unaware. Awareness. Study, practice. The third step, no violence, ahimsa. Ahimsa is the same, no violence. And there are people who practice a very high level of ahimsa. And they sweep the floor in order to avoid killing any ants on their way. Have you reached that level yet? No toxification means, in other words, pure intention. Unselfishness. That is what it means. Number 5, do not lie. Reality. Do not attach. Detachment. Do not condemn. Infinite compassion. So these are the step number one, step number 2. So we say these words. Now, posture. What the posture you're going to get? Well, you can see here, like this Buddha of Kamakura, which is in Japan. You can sit with your crossed leg. You can sit with your hands in mudra. Mudra means posture, like this. Holding your fingers, can you see it? I think so. Holding your fingers like this. You cross your fingers, and then you hold your thumbs and your indexes like this. Relying like you see the picture. Here, Kamakura, Buddha of Kamakura is doing great. You cross your legs. Now, what happens if you say, oh, but my hip or my knee, whatever happened, okay, no worries. You just can sit on a comfortable chair, sit with your feet on the ground, but at least trying to maintain the posture with your hands, and just a relaxed posture. You can sit on the head of your bed, any place. Do you need to go to Japan to meditate? No. Do you need to go to India to meditate? No. You can meditate where you are. You can meditate even on a train, sitting on a train. But it's good to have a posture. Now, number 4. The step number 4 is breathing. So once we get that posture, then you start breathing. So now, right now, breathe in and breathe out. So the whole idea, if you can, breathe through your nose. And just the fact of breathe in, you are going inside of you, of yourself. In this case, you are not moving. You're not doing anything else, just paying attention how you breathe. Are you controlling your breathing? No. You just breathe in and out. And observe if it is long and slow or fast and short. Just observe. And keep breathing. While you are breathing, observe your posture and do not move. Just observe how your feet are. Observe your legs if they are crossed or along. Observe your knees, your hips. Observe any tension. If you feel any different temperature in your body, such as cold or hot, and keep breathing. Observe your buttocks, your lower back, your thoracic spine, your chest, your abdomen, your genital area, and keep breathing. Observe your arms, the position of your arms, your elbows and hands. Observe your shoulders, if there is any tension around your neck, your throat, your face, your head. And keep breathing. Keep breathing. This is how you abstract yourself from the surrounding, because abstraction, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, is the action of removing or separating something from a place or context. So you're not paying attention of the outside, you are inside of you. Keep focused on your breathing. And it might happen like this, that this is, do you know this piece of art? This is the Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night. And this art, piece of art, this artwork is in the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, in the US. And you can see the representation of these starry stars, but also those vortexes. Those vortexes are around your head. So you're trying to focus on your breathing, and then something comes up into your mind from the past, or something that you are worried about the future, that today will happen or tomorrow. Something you have to pay, or what you're going to do with your children, or something else. So those are the vortices. So we abstract from those by saying, you have no power over me, and you keep breathing. You just observe that, oh yeah, that is a vortices. And we get to the concentration step. And concentration is all in that gland that you are seeing here, the pineal gland. If you close your eyes for a second, where do you perceive? Okay, where you know? From where do you perceive? From your feet? Nope. From your hands? Nope. From your head. So you perceive your environment, you perceive your body from here, from your consciousness. And Duakul says, the consciousness aspect is within the brain, in the pineal gland region, connected to the brain center. If someone is connected to a tube, to a machine, they can still breathe. If the heart is still working, bumping, they can still, the body can still say it's alive. But what happens if there is no brain activity? They are considered dead. Although we'd say that death doesn't exist because the only thing that exists is life, but they are considered dead. That means that they are not in that body anymore. There's no activity or brain activity. Well, it's because that consciousness is not there anymore. And this is from the clinic, so the biological aspect. To see that the correspondence, there is a law, there are 7 universal laws. The 7th law is the law of correspondence. And you will see that the axiom is, as it is above is below, as it is below is above. The pineal gland is a part of the endocrine system and secretes the hormone melatonin. Its main job is to help control the circadian cycle of sleep and wakefulness by secreting melatonin or melatonin. The pineal gland is commonly called the third eye for its location deep in the center of the brain and its connection to light via the circadian rhythm and melatonin secretion. So, that aspect of consciousness is related to the state of awareness, or here says wakefulness. Interestingly, as above is below. Correspondence. And scientifically speaking, is the gland that scientific know the less. They know little about this gland, how it works, because it is about the consciousness state. It's our consciousness. It's yourself there. And this is where you are focused, concentrated. And you see this picture. Why? Because there are things that you can do to improve your concentration. And there are other things that you do to I would say, how can I say that? To these things that you do to getting worse or go against the concentration ability skill. One of them is cigarettes. People think, or people say that when they smoke, I feel relief, I feel relaxed. No, indeed, no. What they feel is that the brain activity is getting lower. So in other words, people who smoke, apart from the physical issue that may happen, they affect the circulation and they affecting their brain activity. They are less intelligent, to say in a nice way. Alcohol. Imagine how much concentration you need to drive. Are you allowed to drink alcohol while you're driving? Of course not. Well, alcohol reduces your level of concentration. And, of course, any other drugs. So, alcohol, drugs, and smoking, cigarettes, or anything that smoke um, affects your concentration level. Definitely. So just to, and what happens if you want to get rid of them? Some people say, oh yeah, I want to give up. But I tried. Okay. Well, in metaphysics, everything is simple. You talk to the cigarette, you talk to the glass of tequila or whatever you drink and say, you have no power over me. That's it. And then one of the steps is meditation. And in this step is when we start wondering, where is the one inside me who says, I am? Because you are not that piece of meat. You are not your thought. You are not your belief, your feelings. Have you heard the expression, you hurt my feelings? Is it you? No, it's not you. So who are you? Who are you? And finally, you get to contemplation. And to get to that level is that why the water is not aware that it's water. Because it cannot go outside of the water. So in order to contemplate, you need to be outside. I can say it's water because I'm outside of the water. You can contemplate raining. Well, can you contemplate yourself? And that is the last step. Contemplate your inner self. This is the representation of I am presence. This is the representation of yourself. When you say I am, when I say I am Noemi, and you say I am your name, you are using this. This is you. but also that part of consciousness. So it's you and your consciousness and your personality. Because of course, you have a body, you have thoughts, you think, you have feelings, you feel, and you have vitality, so you can move, you're alive. But is to contemplate this, to see who you are. And Master Kuthumi says, each morning, as you meditate on the nature of your presence, the mastery of your presence, after contemplating it for a moment, make a little extra effort and try to be that presence only for half an hour. Many people try to be perfect, try to create an image of how they should be, and they work to be that person. But that is not the issue. The issue is be you, and know who you are. To be that presence, the I am presence. So be who you are. And that will resolve many issues in your life. And you have a happy life when you know who you are. That is meditation. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye for now.